Hello, Swippy92 here, and I'm gonna show you a clip here from a game, and I want you to guess which year did this game come out. Give nothing specific, just a guess. 2000, 2005, 2000, 2003, maybe something like that. Something between. Which year do you think this game came out? Now, if you guessed 2013, you're wrong. If you guessed 2017, you're wrong. If you guessed 1999, you're very wrong. If you guessed 2020, you're correct. This is Fast and Furious Crossroads, a game that just recently released on August 7th, actually. And apparently this game has been in development for a time, and it's made by the same people who develop Project Cars. But in the difference between Project Cars and Fast and Furious Crossroads is quite obvious. Project Cars is a simulator game, car game, racing game. However, Fast and Furious Crossroads is not. It's a arcade racing game. And I don't just want to stand here and bash on the game, even though it kind of deserves it. This game was apparently supposed to be released earlier this year. I could just imagine the state the game was in May, because the first trailer said May 2020, but then again Corona happened and everything went down the drain. Well, down the year at least. And now it's out. Finally, we can rejoice. Fast and Furious game out. Yeah, it's not great. Actually, it's kind of
This is the worst game I've ever played in my life that is a full price game. So congratulations to Slightly Mad Studios and Bandai Co, because you have just together made the worst fucking AAA game, the worst ever in the fucking world. Oh, shit, that wasn't the stump bell.
Quite honestly. The game has gone, well, it actually went up in positive percentage of reviews on Steam since the first time I saw it. The first time I saw it, it was at 31%, now it's at 37% positive. Yay! But still, yeah, the game is not that... it has garnered a lot of attention. Well, I don't know about attention, but it has garnered a lot of feedback on how Cashgrabs, you know, they make a game or they make a movie, and then they say, oh, they're making that movie. Now we gotta make this game for that movie. An example of this is, for example, the new Ghostbusters movie that came out in 2016. I'm not gonna say anything about the movie. No. But yeah. But there was also a game, if you didn't know, that came out. Was it before or after or close to the movie? I can't remember actually. I'll check on that and do a little pop-up screenshot, you know, and say. But the game was not very positive. It garnered a lot of, again, attention about cash grabs. Of course, there has been several good movies about games that come out as a, well, not a cash grab, but it comes out together with a movie, sort of, like Mad Max, Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, I want to say it's called. It has, that one actually has good reviews, and some other games. And I love that it exists. I also love the Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, came out for PlayStation 2. Love that game, really well made game, and came out, I think it came out actually before the movie, which is kind of interesting since it kind of destroys the whole movie if you play the game first. Anyway, yeah, I want to talk about these cash grabs, because people complain about microtransactions, and honestly, yes, I don't like microtransactions. It's a bad habit some games have. And speaking of microtransactions and cash grabs again, Fast and Furious Crossroads has 2 editions. I don't know why, but it has 2 editions. And it's a full price game. $60 or £50, I heard a reviewer say. But in Swedish it's also 600, or I think you can get for 549 Swedish in Swedish currency, but that's still $50 or $50 to $60. So yeah, it's a full price game, AAA. But the reason I think why this game is so broken and dated in graphics and mechanics, I believe it's because the developers have a Project Cars 3 coming out this August as well, and it feels like 10% of their entire crew, I don't know how big they are actually, but anyway, a very small team of theirs worked on Fast and Furious, and the rest worked on Project Cars 3. So that's a fail right there. That's a big mistake. That's kind of why I'm kind of also worried about the future of some games, like you have BioWare, because it's rumored about remasters of Mass Effect. I'm guessing that's not BioWare who's working on that, but they have Anthem, and then we have Dragon Age, and then we'll talk about a sequel to Mass Effect Andromeda, or another game in the Mass Effect series at least. And that's a lot of games for one studio, and I hope it won't come crashing down on them, because I really want BioWare to succeed. They have created some of the best games I have ever played. Again, this game does not look good. It looks like an old PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 game. And the same goes for many other games that are cash grabs. They tune down the graphics and then they release it. I don't know how, and most of the time these games garner attention because of cash grabs, and they don't sell well. So why do developers keep doing this? It doesn't add anything to the industry really. To me it's worse than microtransactions, because microtransactions can of course become a very big sum of money, but to me a cash grab is just dishonest, because microtransactions are, it's a scummy business, but they are not, it's a gamble. If you pay for loot boxes, it's a gamble, I agree, but they are not dishonest with you. They don't lie to you. They say, here are some things you can buy for real money. This costs $5, this costs $2, and so on and so forth. But a cash grab, they say, this is in-game footage, or this is the game, and then they show all the cool things, and then they sell it out, and then it just is like 2 hours long, and nothing is good about it. I don't know why developers keep doing this, because as a developer, if I was a developer, I would be terrified about this. I would not be able to look myself in the mirror if I was in on a project like this and I gave this to the public. If I created a game, if I buy Dreams, for example, for the PlayStation 4, if I make a level that it's like an empty room, and then I give you an objective to get out of the room, but you can't get out of the room, so a player maybe spends maybe 10 to 15 minutes running around trying to figure out what to do, and they think it's a big secret, and then there isn't one. I have not created a way to get out of the room. I have only created the room and maybe a character model. Maybe. That, I would feel awful. I mean, now they haven't created an empty room, but according to many reviewers, a empty world, empty characters, physics thrown out the window, AI, well, doesn't stand for artificial intelligence in this case, stands for, instead I think it stands for artificial idiocy, or something along those lines. And that's, basically the AI has an empty box in their head, I guess. And the cars apparently feels the same and boring all over. Now, yes, I will confess I have not played the game. Honestly, I saw the first trailer of it and I was like, nope! Because in the first trailer you can see that it says in-game footage at the start. And all I can say about that is, wow. Did I time travel? Nope, my watch still says 2019. Or whenever the first trailer was out. When was that? 2018? Whenever. I mean, this is not good. I think this is something that needs to be changed. I mean, making a game from a movie, I'm all for that. But make it good. Put some effort into it. And the same goes for the movie industry. Put some effort into it. Put time and effort into it. And spend your man hours into that. Not just throw something together and say this is our AAA game. I mean, yeah, it's sad. It's a stain on the industry, to be honest, I think. But yeah, more importantly, what do you guys think? Do you think this is just despicable? Or do you actually maybe even like the game if you have played it? I have seen at least one who likes the game, and to me you gotta be a die-hard fan of the movies to like the game. Because there is one positive thing about the game. Maybe two, if you like the music, but I'm not into that kind of music. But if you like the music, that kind of music, you will like the music at least. And Vin Diesel and the other actors are actually reprising their roles, or lending out their voices, whatever you want to call it. They are actually the voice actors in the game, so that's cool. Unfortunately, they dragged poor Peter Stormare into this. Poor guy. The whole of Sweden is crying over that now, I think. Well, if anybody in the gaming industry knew about this game, because apparently it hasn't garnered a lot of traction, I think, for people who don't know about the game, that is. If you have seen the game, yeah, you're gonna cry. But, so what do you think? Is this just bad and awful, or is it actually good? But put your thoughts down in the comments. I've been Swippy92. Have a great life, and I'll see you in future videos.